first off, give Appalachian State a lot of credit, man. They've got a terrific basketball team, and the little kid, Sims, is about as good as a little guard you're going to play against anywhere. I mean, what can you say? What a night. I mean, 40 points. He's a 95% free throw shooter. Can't foul him. He shoots it. He drives it. He does all the little things, and he absolutely, took the game over. And we had no answer for him. Zero answer for him. All we could do is hope that he missed some shots, and but give him a lot of credit. They've got a very good basketball team, and they'll be one of those teams at the end of the year will still be playing somewhere. It's always easy to be proud of a team when you win, but I'm most proud of our team just because of some progress we made in some areas from last week. If you guys saw us last week compared to this week, it was a different basketball team, and particularly the first half. Now we have to figure out ways to play two halves. And we weren't near as efficient the second half in any way. I know Riley got hurt. He never was the same. He was the one guy we felt like did a decent job on Sims. In the first half, I know he had 17 at halftime still. He was the one guy, just experienced, that we felt was doing a pretty good job on him. But it was a team effort. Everybody came off that bench. They played some positions that we hadn't even practiced. We found ways to scramble around at the end and get some turnovers. The free throw line hurt us in the stretch when we were trying to come back. I think we were, second half, we were 13 for 21 in that second half. There's a couple of those one-on-ones, and that's tough. But found a way to win. The young guys, hopefully you can coach from a win. It's going to be this way with this team throughout. Just what we are right now. One thing we don't get, we get nothing in the post. Elgin, he's giving you everything he's got, but it's very obvious he just can't move and jump around and finish plays. But his experience and his effort is something we try to, get from him right now. But it was a gutsy effort, and it's a lesson can be learned that never give up. Never give up.
You mentioned in the week going in, you had to learn how to guard guards. And there, with the press the last 2 minutes.
Well, it would be a bad lesson to say guard guards. That cat got 40 on us. So we didn't learn much this week on that, Dave. But, towards the end there, 2 minutes ago when we started pressing some, we got some turnovers. There was about 3 turnovers, and Brian got a turnover and fouled him on that three-point shot. It was huge. And I don't remember all the different situations, but the press was very good to us. And we got another turnover late in that game to put us ahead out there with Sims. Then the last play of the game, Cody took something in the game, and we switched that ball screen at the end of it with Sims, and he contested the shot and blocked it. That was a huge play for Cody. But one thing, too, that was good, I never walked in my locker room ever in his 4 years and really thought that his ability to defend Carter or defend somebody was a key to the game. But Ray Vern's ability to defend Carter tonight, who came in there averaging 27 points, was a huge key. And again, that's the first for Ray Vern, to walk in the locker room and really credit him for shutting down somebody. So I'm proud of that.
What did Brian give you in those last 2 minutes? Is that what you've been talking about, with his ability to win?
Yeah, he just gives you some guys that make some basketball plays and ability to step up and do some things. And, he kind of lost, but that's okay. That's just the motion of the game. Understanding that score, when you're behind, you're going to play one way, and you get ahead, you got to play another way. He kept pressing that guy when we go up, and could have very easily got a foul there. But those things you'll get better from. I loved his effort and loved his enthusiasm, and he made some plays.
That's what you were in his ear about?
I was in his ear about understanding that situation. We're pressing now. I'm in his ear the whole time, out in the middle of the floor, telling him to get back.
Right.
I mean, that little cat's got 40 on us, and we ain't stayed in front of him yet. Get back. But hey, we survived. We survived the game.
What did you tell the team right before that last possession? You knew Sims was going to have the ball in his hand.
We were going to switch all screens, even with Cody. Cody at the 5. We knew you trust he's going to take a shot. And the main thing he does a great job shot faking you. Shot faking and jumping into you. That's the last thing you want to do, get beat on a foul three-point shooter on a shot fake. Stay on the floor, switch all screens. And most screens going to be a 5-guy set it. That's the best guy to set at the end. And Cody jump switched it and stay off of him. stay away from him because you're tall enough you can contest it, and he contested the shot. And I think he touched it, didn't he? I think the ball never got to the rim. We were very fortunate, guys, to find a way to win the basketball game. But, you know, sometimes you got to be that way. I've been on both sides of it many times, so we'll take it as a W, move on, and, you know, shift to the next game. You know, like this team, we've got to find ways every day to get better. We can't do it game by game. It's got to be every day for us. And it'll be a different kind of game the next game. Detroit's a team that went to Syracuse, led Syracuse at halftime at Syracuse by 5, and that's enough said about them. They lost to another top 25 team in New Mexico the first game. So they're 0-2, but they're a very, very good basketball team, and they'll be different than this one. We expect them to play a lot of zone, and that will be new for us. We'll have to work on a lot of zone offense between now and Monday. As crazy as that sounds, that's something you haven't spent a whole lot of time on yet.
How crazy does this stack up as far as final 2 minutes? I know you've had several crazy final 2 minutes, but just what about tonight?
Well, I don't know. Some of you guys that's been here, it's a crazy one. We had one last year against Georgia.
We were down 14, Georgia last
We were
year.
down in Georgia about 3.5 minutes ago against Georgia. We had a bunch of threes in that game. I mean, we didn't make a lot of threes coming back here, did we? Raleigh won? Raleigh made one? And that's about it. The rest of them came at the free throw line or 2 points. Against Georgia, we had a bunch of threes. You know, Brandon, I don't know. Okay, talk to these guys after, say, hey, after it's done, it's over. I'm ready to move on.
You went to a 2-3. Is that just trying to keep Sims out of the lane?
That's just trying to plug a hole. Just try to find something and plug a hole because little man, he was just killing us. We could not guard him. So we went to the zone to change tempo of the game, and it changed tempo some. You know, they came out and scored 10 points the first 3.5 minutes of the game. It allowed us to change tempo some, and that was huge for us. Yeah, it was huge.
Not always
Michael?
the team's taking on conference opponent seriously. What did you do differently this week? Because it was obvious from the opening tip that they took these guys seriously.
Well, I think if you watched us play our first 2 games, we better take everybody seriously. If they can't learn from those first 2 experiences, they know what we're. You know, we don't talk about that other situation. I don't ever talk about it with them. They understand. There's some things that, you know, that stacked against us a little bit. But that don't matter. We got to find ways with this team right here. These guys do. And again, know this. I really believe this. The more they play, the better they're going to get. Because we just everybody's new, and we're trying to figure out different ways to play different people. You know, we figured out the last game play Riley at the 4 spot. So he's backed up at 4 a bunch until he got hurt and he wasn't able to go. We're sliding Cody down some to play 5. Jalen Steele's a guy we continue to get confidence in. And we're just trying to plug some holes, find ways to win games. What do we have to do just to scratch them out? It's not going to be pretty for us any game. One thing that makes it difficult, we get nothing in the paint. We can't throw the ball to the paint and get many baskets. Elgin just cannot move. But there's one area that was a noticeable difference tonight, was in transition. Twani was much, much better in transition. He made plays for other people. He got the ball in the paint. And that's what we have to do right there. He scored a couple baskets maybe doing it, but just being aggressive. He was a totally different point guard after tonight. I think he gained a lot of confidence from that tonight too.
You know, Don Sims, if you hit that 3-point not only maybe you lost, but would have set the arena record here for points scored.
Hey, Brandon, let me tell you something. I'm not for no records being set and losing effort. All right, make sure of that. However you want to print that up right there. All right. So I'm glad that record wasn't broken. If you're asking me that question.
What was Riley's injury?
I think he's got a knee and hip both. I mean, I'm not. He was telling me both of them, but he says he'll be okay. So we'll see.
Rick, we may not get you before Monday.